how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott. Welcome to One Last Hand. Welcome to En Route, where we will be becoming a tourist guide. We're going to be becoming a tourist guide in this location, which is Fur City. But in this game, there are a number of other locations. There's London, there's Paris, there's Cairo, there's Hong Kong. And then when you get really good at this game, you can open this up and you can go to New York, which is a double-sided board there. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to take tourists and we're trying to send them on a tour of a location. We're trying to get them to as many hotspots as we can, pleasing them and scoring points for them at the end of the game. The way we score points is, or the way we win the game, is we use this little card here, which says First City. You may not be able to see it down there, so let me just bring it up to you. You can see that the first thing along the top here is we have a number of medals. If we get one goal, we can score here. It's kind of the easy game. Medium game, we get 2 goals. Hard game, we get 3 goals. I'm not very good, so I'm going to pick 2 goals for this. This is the starting city, so it should be fairly straightforward. 115 points, we become a beginner tour guide. 130 points, we become an experienced epic tour guide, and then legendary tour guide. So I'm just going to tuck this card down here. Goals, what are they, I hear you say? At the top here, we have our goals. I think I might just need to shimmy this down a little bit. But what you can see here is perimeter route. We can ignore the points in stars. We're not actually going to be scoring points for these. We just need to achieve them. Otherwise, we can't win. So we can achieve any of these 3 as long as we do 2 of them, because that's the victory we've chosen. Perimeter route, the number of route sections along the border of a city map. As we place down tourists, we're going to be allowed to either draw 1 line on our map or draw 2 lines on our map. Hopefully we won't send them into the river over here, but and this is going to be our route. Any one continuous route at the end of the game, that's what we're going to be scoring on. So that's perimeter route. We need 6 spaces next to the outside of the map. Big group, the number of tourists in a group adjacent to location. So let's assume we had a route that went like this. If we had tourists here, next to this purple line, they're going to score. If we get 10 in a group, we're going to be fine on that one. And then iconic route, so number of sides of our route that go past these grey squares, and you'll see on the map there's 3 of them. We need to get 5 of those. That's going to be tough along with the perimeter, because only one of these is on the edge, so that might be a little bit tough for us, but we'll see how they all fit together. So that's our way of achieving goals. We have on the side of this map is a tick box for when we achieve a goal. We will also score points for any tour route that goes past a yellow space. And you can see in this instance, they're all worth 6 or 7 points. Then we've got grey spaces, and that's these landmarks. Now you notice they don't have points on them, but this board here is where we're going to tick it off. Every time we turn over a tourist with that location at the bottom and we use them, School of Illusion and Pottery, we'll be able to put a little tick in this box. Now it's going to be worth 6 points at the end of the game. So we'll be starting there, and you can see they all start with some points on them to begin with. So we can tuck you back over here. So that's how we score for grey cards. Unused coffee bonuses or cafe bonuses. You can see around the outside of the map and in the middle of the map, there are some coffee cups. They all have different bonuses. This one will allow us to place a red and green tourist. This one will allow us to add 1 to any of our coordinates. I'll talk about those in a second. This one allows us to draw a road. We can save some of these and use them when we want, but equally you'll notice up here, this one's got a little lightning symbol next to it. We have to use it as soon as we unlock it in that instance. So any perks that we don't use from our coffee cups, we'll get 2 points for. Then we've got this little hand icon, and you can see there's a hand here, there's a hand here, there's a hand over here. If we go through these with a tour route, so making sure we go right through it, we can go sort of here and then here. As long as we've got 2 lines connecting to it, we'll class of passing through. Then we'll score 0 points if we do none, or 1, 12 points if we do 2, 24 points if we do all 3 of them. So it could be interesting to try and get our way around those. And then finally, we've got this little personal goal. Now what you'll see here is I've drawn these little circles on the board already. We actually pick up 2 of these cards, and I've chosen this one. And what we're doing here is we are drawing circles through various crossroads. If our route goes through 2 of these, or all 3 of these, we can count up the number of lines between them, and that will be the points we score. Finally, how we score points and how this whole game works is, let's say this tableau over on the left-hand side is our turn order tracker. You'll notice there are 3 tourists or 3 cards uncovered. We've got our green tourist here, we've got our blue tourist here, and we've got this one, which is actually a repeat card. This is going to allow us to double the amount of tourists that we're putting down. But you'll notice this big number, 2, 4, and 5. What we're going to do, let's say we took these green tourists, so a 5, and let's say we took this green set of tourists that are in our hand. We're going to put these next to each other, and we now have a 3 and a 5, which means we can either put 3 green tourists in this box down here, the doll's house, because that's at 5 and 3, or this box over here, because that's at 3 and 5. So we're using those as coordinates. Therefore, when we get one of these coffee cups, we can change over the 3 or the 5 to be able to place those in a different place. So that's how we're going to be placing tourists down. Now, the only thing that really matters for tourists is once you've put down some tourists in a space, you cannot add to that, cannot go back and do it again. So that's going to be key to what we're doing over here. A couple of other things just to point out. These are not the standard pens that come in the game. You do get a load of pens, which are all over here. So you can see these. I'm just using these ones because they've got a slightly finer nib. So it's a little bit easier to add the tourists into the boxes. And I think that's probably everything you need to know. Well, anything else as we go, I'll do my best to uncover it. Now, there is a little turn tracker on the back here for solo. So round order tourist selection. First, place 1 tourist from your hand and pick up one from the side here. So we need to have a little think about how we're going to do this. I think sticking to the edge of the map is going to be key. But obviously, to stick to the edge of the map, we need a 1 or a 6, really. And we don't have either of those. We could go right smack bang in the middle with a 3-2 or a 2-3-4. Could be something that we do. But ideally, if we're going to use one of these doubles, we really like to do it when we've got 2 tourists to get 4 on there. But okay, let's have a little think about what we're doing. I think let's take our blue tourist here, and let's take our blue tourist here. So we've got a 2 and a 3 and 3 tourists to put down. So let's just zoom in and we'll have a little look at what that means. We can take our blue pen, and we've got a 2, 3 is down here, and a 3, 2 is over here. Doesn't really matter where we do it. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to go 1, 2. I should have probably drawn these at the bottom here just to give us a real clear example of where they are. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. So that's us placing our tourists. Now, our tourists don't have any locations at the bottom here, so we don't get to cross anything off. Once we're done with these, we can put them, it comes with a nice little card holder. There we go, let's zoom into the right thing. Nice little card holder here, so we can put those down, and then the next thing we do is we draw another card. But before we do that, we get to place a route, because we have placed some tourists. Now, there's some rules about drawing routes. If you put it next to where you placed your tourists, you get to draw 2 lines, and that can be a straight line, that can be an L-sided line, an L-shaped line. It can go from sort of here to here, it can go from here to here, as long as one side's adjacent to the space that you've put them in. Or you could just decide to draw 1 line in a location. In this instance, I think we're going to go 2 lines, and I think I'm going to go up here and then up here. So we're getting to start drawing some outside lines here. And these 3 tourists are next to this line. So at the end of scoring, we will score points for them. So let's just run through the order that we've done. We've determined the numbers. We've marked the tourist down. We've drawn our line, mark the tourist, chart the route, coffee bonuses, if any, then discard the 2 cards we played, draw up, and flip every card in sequence not covered by another card. So what that means is if we remove this one, we'll be able to flip this card over. But we now look at the card that we drew, and that is a 1, and it's red. So this is going to be somewhat useful. because we could use our double for this. I was planning on going this way, but maybe this way is just as fine. Okay, so we're going to take our 1 and we're going to take our double. So this card says repeat twice 1 tourist from the other card. So 2 equals 2 tourists of any type. So we can place 4 down for this one instead of 1. Okay. I think that's right, because we're going to be placing these 2. So let's take our red pen. Where are we going to go? 4 and 1 is here, right? So this feels like we're going to put them in the whopping willow. No, the whipping willow. Okay, let's not ask too many questions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it doesn't matter that these red guys are in a green location. As long as we go past red locations, we're going to score points for them. So it doesn't really matter that we've put them there. Obviously, be better to put them, make sure our route is going near red locations, because that's where we've got all of our peeps down. But in this instance, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that is that. We now need to draw a route. So I guess our route can go from here back this way. Oh, that's the wrong color pen. Hold on. Let's use the right one. So that can go from here to here and from here over to here. So we've now got our route going across 2 parameters. Perimeters. We only need 2 more to be able to 4 more to be able to achieve that goal. And we've now got 4, 5, 6, 7 tourists next to the big group. So we're close to finishing that. If we come down here, we'll be near an iconic route as well. So we might be able to do that. But the next thing that happens is we have achieved removing these cards here. So we're going to flip this one over. And that one gives us, a green 6. We've got a load of greens. So going past greens is going to be pretty useful. But 6 and 5 is pretty good for us, right? 6 and 5 is here, which is going to take us past the red and continue us down the perimeter and take us past this cup. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6 is here. So we can do that. So I think we'll take... Oh, we can't use 5, 6 because they're next to each other. We'd have to do 5, 3. So 3, 5 is here. 5, 3 is here. That doesn't help me very much. 6, 3 is down here. I mean, it still gives us a chance of trying to fill this in. Five, 3 is this one. Does that help me? I don't feel like it does. So I'm going to go 6, 3, which are these 2 here. So let's bring our map zoom back in. So 6, 3, we're going to get our green pen. So 6, 3 is this one down here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's just remove this and draw it in a slightly nicer place. So there we go, 1, 2, 3. And again, we could just decide to draw a line here. But I think in this instance, I'm going to go up here and up here. So we're working towards 2 coffee cups. So that's that one done. These can go over here. Hold on, how have I got no card left? Shouldn't I have a card? I should have drawn a card up at the start of that turn. That's on me. Right, let's draw 2 cards this time. I should have drawn another card into my hand, and I don't think I did that. So that's that. We can flip this one over. So we're now... got a repeat, we've got a 2, we've got another 6, and we've got a 5. So 6, 2 is this one here, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. 6, 6 is here, doesn't help me very much. 6, 2 is here. So I can put my torus in here. I can maybe draw a line coming up here and here. I don't know. Gives us an extra bit of flexibility when we're coming to this one. I'm just going to check because I missed something. When we put our torus down, he had a School of Illusion. So we are going to be able to put a little tick in this box here. It's going to be worth 6 points if we get that on our route. And we probably want to. So I think we're thinking about going this way. So let's take our 6 and let's take our 2. And we can draw some blues. So 6, 2 is this one. So we'll draw 1, 2 blues. and we will draw 1, 2 reds, and we will draw from here across this way. So we've now got a coffee cup, which gives us some flexibility. And I think I'm going to go along here as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 alongside the root, and we now got only one space that we can draw here, but it will still be useful. And next to our line, we've definitely done 10 if we can connect this up. So all good on that one. Okay, so we used a 6 and a 2. So I'm going to take these and put them in the discard. None of them have got any things on. We're going to draw up this time. So that's there. We've got a 1. That's quite nice. And we got 5. A 5-1 helps me. It does give me what I need. So that's quite nice. But bear in mind, we can just put a number down anywhere. So I don't think I'm going to use it. I think in this instance, I'm going to use this doubler, and I'm going to use this 5. 5, 6 is down here. Or 6, 5 is 6, 5 is here, and 5, 6 is here. 5, 6 is here, sorry. So I think we're going to do this one because then we can get this line continuing up. So we're going to do, where's my green pen? We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we will draw our line. We'll go through this hand and all the way down to this coffee cup. Obviously, we don't achieve it yet, but again, these 4 greens are going to add to these 3 greens that are going to give us a score for this one. If we can bring this root over here, we'll have this. And we have now done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 along. So we can now say we have achieved our perimeter route because we just needed 6 sides along the edge, which means we can put a goal. Oh, this is a B achievement. I should have been doing an A, a B, and a C. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to stick with what we've got. You can possibly see here. This is B, this is C, and this is B. I should have sorted these into A, B, C piles. That's on me. We'll just continue with what we've got for now. But let's say we've done the B one because we've done the perimeter route. That's on me. But all fine. So we use the 5 and the 6 here. There's no location on these, so we can tuck these over here. We're going to draw up again. We've got another doubler card, and we're going to flip this one over. Okay, we got 4. So a 4-1 puts us here, which is kind of what we need. But I'm not sure it's going to help because I only want to draw one line, so I'm not sure it's going to help me too much. And also 4-1 has already got some people in. I don't remember doing 4-1, but maybe I did. So 4-1 is actually over here. But we do have this coffee cup to use, this one. So we could make this a 5-1 and put some people in this one. And I think I might do that. Okay, we're going to use this and this, a 4 and a 1. We're going to use this coffee cup to make this a 5. So 5-1 is here. We are going to draw 1 red, and we are going to draw 2 greens, and we're going to put a line down here. Now I could draw 2 lines. I'm not sure it helps me a huge amount to draw 2 lines, but let's just do another one so I can show you at the end. And then because we've gone past this coffee cup, I can do a blue triangle here and another red circle. So worked out pretty nicely. To do all that, we've used that coffee cup, so I'm just going to put a line through it. And we've used this coffee cup, so we'll just put a line through that as well. Okay, so the 4 and the 1 go in here. We can turn over these 2 cards. We have a 4 again, and we have a 5, and we draw another one. Another 5, interesting. So 5-5 would be here, which would be pretty nice for us to have. I really want to go past some more red ones, some green ones, so that will help us as well. So what do we've done our 10 surely, right? So this is the number of tourists in a group adjacent. So you can see all of these are scoring. So actually this needs to be these ones. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're 1 short. We had some here. I think that would score. They're not in a group, so they're not connected. We've got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So they're not quite connected, but that's fine. We'll see if we can get that sorted. We're going to do 5 and 5, I think, this time. Let's zoom in a little bit. So 5 and 5, 2 reds, and then we're going to get to copy 2 more reds. 5 and 5 is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our route can go from here and across to here. And we get to then do another circle and another green square. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have now achieved our second thing, the big group. So we can do, oh, that's a C1. So we'll cross that off. So we know we're going to achieve something at the end of the game. Just whether we're going to be a reasonable tour guide or not is the question. Okay, we can take the next card, which is a 3, and we can flip this one over, which is a 4. We're not getting very lucky with the tourists to boost up the scores of our board over here. Don't think I've missed any more. So we've got a 3, a 4, and a 4 over there. So 4 and 3 is over here. 4 and 2 is here. I mean, that could work. We could bring it along this way, get us next to some of these yellows. We could go back out and see if we can get past this hand. So 2, 4. 4, 2 is this one. 2, 4 is this one. We could bring us down to here. I'd really like to go by this hand somehow. Hmm. 4, 3 is this one. Or this one. I want to get over towards this hand, really. So, or this hand down the bottom here. So let's do 4, 2. That's going to take us past the Skywatcher Observatory. So does it matter, greens or blue? We're currently going past only one green. So I'm going to do 4, 2, this one here. So we're going to get our blue pen, and 4, 2 is going to be 1, 2 here. And then we'll draw a line from here up to here. Okay, it's another one done. So we need to draw a card. We've got 5, 3. How do I feel about that? Not bad, actually, not too bad. Not great, but not horrendous. Okay, let's just zoom out so you can see what we've got. We've got a 4, we've got a 5, and we've got a 3. At the moment, we've only got 2 lines going past iconic routes, so we're not going to achieve that third one, I don't think. So a 4, 3 is this one here. Still don't get us anywhere nearer to that, but it would take us past another red, and we've got a load of reds to be scored, which would be good. So that was 4, 3, so it's this one here. 4, 5 is this one here, which would mean we can go up and past along this way, which would get us back over here. Doesn't help with the hand. 5, 4 is this one here. So we could come along this way again. How do I feel about that? I could just decide to draw one line and start heading down this way. Because if I go past this, I'm going to get 12 points. Okay, let's do the 4, 5, I think, which is this one here. So that's 2 blues and a green. So 1 green. And then 2 blues. And then our little line can go along here. And then do we go down here? I don't see why we wouldn't go down here, because it might get us to the television tower. So that was a 5 and a 3, so they can go in. Was it a 5 and a 3? It's a 4 and a 5, right? You idiot. Right, that can go there. We turn over our last card, so it's a doubler on a 3, and another card here, it's a 1. Not sure that's what we were looking for. A 3, 1 is here, so we could come along this way. that doesn't really help me a huge amount. Although I could come along this way, but we wouldn't go through that hand. A 1-3 is here, so that doesn't help me at all, really. Haven't got any coffee cups or anything to use. I'll just put an LX in this one so we cross that out. So we've got a 1 and a 3. So I'm really using a 1 and a 3 or a 3 and a 1 because 3, 3 and 1. So I can't use this one. So let's get rid of it because that would give us no tourists. So 3 and a 3 is this one here. I guess a 3 and a 1 would allow me to draw a line. But not put any tourists? That doesn't seem right. Okay, I think we're just going to do double tourists in this square here. So that's 2. And then we get to draw a line, or 2 lines, or 1 line in any location. Is going past a red going to help me a huge amount? It would give us 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think this is going to be our best shout of just going this way. Okay, that is us done. I'm just going to check these cards to make sure I didn't miss any other tourist locations. I don't think I did. We got really unlucky by not having many. School of Illusions, I think that's it. I think that's the only one we went past. So we didn't go past any of these really. So that's quite interesting. Okay, should we do some scoring? Let's just bump this up. So we achieved our 2 goals that we were looking to do. Let's do this in order of down this slide. Did we go past any yellows? We did. We went past 2. We haven't gone past these ones, so we get 12 points over here. Grey locations. We've gone past the Sky Watcher, which is 4 points. Says it on this card here. And we went past the Illusion and Pottery, which is 6 points. We didn't go past anything else. We didn't get to do the tower here. So that is 10 points. Unused coffee cups, 0. Hands, 0. We did go past our personal objective. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 points over here. The other thing we do is we cross out any lines that aren't on our route, and we would cross out any tourists that are next to it. We only had 1 line that was sort of additional, so we don't need to worry about it. Okay, so that's our score down here. So 12, 22, 34. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Okay, and then over here, what we do is we take our red tourists and we count them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we take the number of red spaces on our route. So 1, 2, 3. So we put 3 in here. 13 times 3 is 39. Not bad. Greens on our space. So we've got number of green tourists. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then the green spaces on our tour is only 2. So that's 26. And then blues, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we went past 1, 2, 3 of those. So 6, that's 18 points. My maths is not this good. So 18, 36, 44. Is that right for those two? I think so. 26, 36. 40, 44, 73. Is that right? I think that's right. I'll check it in a second. 73 plus 34 is not enough to get us to 115, unfortunately. It's 107. I think that might be right. And to score our rounds, if we wanted to be a good tour guide, a beginner tour guide, sorry, we needed 115. So we didn't do that well. I don't think I've missed anything. Let me just get my calculator and add these scores up in case I missed something. But I think I've got the math right for once. So 39 plus 26 plus, what did I say this was? 18 plus 12 plus 10 plus 12. 117. What did I miss? Let's just do these in order. 39 plus 26 plus 18 equals 83. How did I get that wrong? So 50, well, that's 83. Hold on, hold your horses, everybody. Plus 12 plus 10 plus 12 equals 117. It makes a massive difference. We are a beginner tour guide, which is kind of what we were, a beginner tour guide. Look, this is En route. It's a fun little game. It's maybe not my favorite. Roll 'em right, draw 'em right, flip 'em right, stroll 'em right. I think this is the basic one. I have done London as well. We'll put London up on the channel as well. But I didn't. Yeah, I think it's one of those where I feel like with things like the Anarchy, obviously a massively more complicated game, but that's really got me hooked. Things like Draft and Write Records, I think I put just ahead of this. It's a little bit simpler, it's a little bit easier, it's a little bit more contained and more fun to get to the table. But this is quite a nice one if you want to get friends round and you want to have a little, reminisce about some of the locations. It's nice when you go to do the London one and all of the things in London are places, for example, for me, with the Globe and St Paul's Cathedral, which I walk past fairly regularly, the Gherkin and those sorts of things, and you've got little additional ways of scoring. So you'll see here, there's a bridge here, which is the Millennium Bridge, Tower Bridge. By going over these bridges, you get points. And then additionally, if you can go from one location to another underground location, and your route continues from that. So that's pretty nice as well. We'll bring this to the table and put a playthrough up of that. So if you enjoyed this one, hit subscribe so be able to see that. If you want to see more of this, there is more on my Patreon as well, us learning the game and playing the game. So if you want to go and check those out, they're up there. If you enjoyed this, hit the like, leave me any comments. If there's bits I got wrong, please let me know. There you go. This was En route. It's a fun little game. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.